Hey guys, Kevin Rogers, Bobby Garland TV. Let's talk about color real quick. A topic everyone likes to talk about when it comes to crappie fishing. Everyone has their favorite color, everyone has their go-to color. But let's talk more importantly about clear water versus dirty water. And everyone asks me, what is my favorite color? Over 80 colors to choose from Bobby Garland. I don't know that I have one favorite color. I have some baits that I go to when the fishing's extremely tough, one of those being bluegrass. That's one of my favorite colors, black and pink and muddy water. But let's talk about, I guess my favorite color, I always say, is whatever Bobby Garland lure I caught my last crappie on, that's my favorite color. But let's talk about the water clarity and how you pick your lures. I keep it very simple. I'm a dirty, dingy water fisherman. I fish the upper ends of all the reservoirs in dirty, dingy water, and I like fishing shallow. And that dirty water will allow those crappie to live a little bit shallower. But there's lakes all over the country where the water is crystal clear, and you pick your Bobby Garland lures by the water clarity. I mean, I have two examples here. I have a couple. Here's a baby shad, and that is the #1 seller in the world, baby shad, and that's monkey milk, the #1 selling color. That is a great clear water lure. You would use that in clear water. It's real natural looking. It looks like a shad or a bait fish that the crappie feed on all day long. Complete opposite of that. Something you wouldn't just pick this out of your tackle box and go fish this in the clear water, and that is gold member, right? 3-inch Bobby Garland slab slayer. Same example, different example. Is Grenada Gold, and there's a reason why it's called that. Our pros have come up with these colors. Our crappie pros have designed these lures for the muddy, dingy water. That bright lure, those crappie can identify that in that muddy water. They need to be able to see it. A crappie cannot hit what they can't see, right? So in the muddier water, you're gonna wanna go with even the bigger profile baits work really good in the muddy water. So they can see it, they can identify it. They don't need to do that in the clear water. You need something a little more natural, something that with a little more, looks more like a bait fish, of course. So the baby shad, like Glacier, right? Natural colors, something great color. Live minnow is a good color. Live minnow can translate from muddy water to dirty water. There's colors that can work in both. Trial and error. But I mean, I wouldn't just run out and use that in a crystal clear lake. They'll spook the fish. There's always the opposite of that. Sometimes that'll work. But more of a natural looking color, something a little natural looking. That's why the baby shad's the #1 seller. A lot of the lakes in the country are clear, and a lot of people are using these really natural baby shad looking lures to catch their fish. In the dirty, dingy water, something like a storm warning, something that bright tail. That's why that bright tail is on there. They got to be able to see it in the dirtier, dingier water. So if you haven't tried that, that's a very simple way for you guys to know what lure to go with. Bright, dirty water, because they can visually see it under the water. Clear water, go with something a little bit natural. A little bit clearer, where it looks more natural to them because they can see from a longer distance and they can identify that lure. In the muddy water, you want something that pow right in their face to where they can't resist it and they're going to hit it. So pretty simplistic. I mean, in dirty water, here's an itty bit. Here's a polar opposite, itty bit. Look how little bitty that lure is compared to this 3-inch. Both catch crappie. 3-inch slab slayer, itty bit slab slayer. Two totally different contrasting lures for two totally different applications. Dirty, dingy water. Dirty water in Texas and Oklahoma, and Missouri at Truman Lake, my home lake, you would use this. You wouldn't use this guy. Now there's crystal clear lakes in Oklahoma and Texas that you would want to use this guy. And there's dirty ends of the lake and there's clear ends of the lake. Almost every reservoir, it's clearer by the dam than it is down by the river, and where the river flows into the reservoir. So you gotta know your fishery a little bit. Trial and error. Find your favorite color, but remember, more natural looking baits in the clear of the water, more bright in your face lures like a storm warning, a Grenada Gold. There's a Strolar in Grenada Gold, something that is going to show and put off a hue or a glow underneath the water for that muddy water. So remember that, pretty simple. The brighter the lure, You can use in the muddier water. And you can also use the clear, more natural lures in the clear of the water. So hopefully that's a tip you guys can use. It should be common sense, but a lot of people don't know to do that. And there's always the opposite. You can always catch fish when they're biting. It seems like you can catch them on anything. But that's kind of how I start my day, depending on the watercolor. There's also there's lures, like I said, that work in both dirty and clear water. I think blue and white, or white and chartreuse, those lures will work in both stained or clear water. That's just an all-around good lures for you guys to use. So there's you a quick little tip. So remember that next time you're on the lake. Good fishing.